Thanks so much for joining. Look at me. I'm chatting with you guys in the evening. This never happens. I checked in to a little place. It's so adorable here in Florida while our boat gets some work done. And I just thought as soon as I checked in, I would jump on a live and hang out with you guys for a bit, answer your keto questions, all in celebration of my newest book, the Keto Diet Cookbook, that came out last week. I can't even believe it. Hopefully the blurriness goes away. Some of you have said that it's blurry. This is the internet I have, so I hope it's okay. I hope you can hear me. That's the most important thing. I'm not wearing any makeup. My hair is filthy, and you don't need to see much. It's okay. So if you guys didn't catch my first live celebrating the launch of the book, then you don't know that I'm not going on a classic book tour for this book. Instead, I am doing virtual tours. And I decided on this for a bunch of different reasons, including I'm really busy with Keto for Women and launching that and a bunch of stuff that's coming out in the summer and supporting you guys. And I wanted to make sure that I got to connect with as many of you as possible throughout the book experience. So I just figured it would be way better for me to connect with all of you on Instagram and you guys over on YouTube, and I'll be uploading this video also to Facebook, and try to connect with as many of you as possible and answer as many questions as I can. So with that being said, all of these events are sponsored by either Paleo Valley or Perfect Keto. And so today I'm sharing with you Paleo Valley, and they make my most favorite fermented beef or turkey sticks. You guys can use the coupon code KETOTOUR20 for 20% off your order. They have greens powder, they have vitamin C, they have apple cider vinegar complex, like a bunch of things. My personal favorite, I can't live without, is their beef sticks and turkey sticks. If I had to choose beef all the way. So tasty. Okay, so today I wanted to chat with you guys about, I'm going to post it in the comments here, three ways to plan your keto meals. Now you may be thinking, I don't understand. Isn't there only one way? No, there are actually three, and I'm sure there are so many more, but these are the three that I default to over and over and over again. So we're going to be chatting about that today. And then if you guys have any questions or comments or anything, we'll leave space at the end of my little book reading so that I can answer your questions. So does that sound okay? Awesome. So I'm going to be reading from my book, The Keto Diet Cookbook. Again, it came out last week. If you don't already have a copy, you must. Now, if you're confused, because some people have said that they are, this is the first book. This is all keto information and profiles, how to do keto, what oils to choose, all the info. This is like a must-have. If you're choosing to start keto, this is all the information. Then you have my second book, the Keto Diet Cookbook, and this is about meal planning and recipe prep. Oh, look at that hair, I'm doing something funky. Meal planning and recipe prep. So this is the book that I'll be reading from today. And you guys can find out more about all my books by going to ketodietbook.com. Okay, so I'm reading from page, some of the pages don't have numbers because they have fancy pictures, 36. I'm reading from page 36. If you guys want to follow along and you already have a book, very cool. The first page says, the keto diet meal planning system. Want to know a secret? The key to keto success isn't found in a calorie counting app or somewhere on the internet. It's inside you. In this chapter, I'm going to share the unique meal planning system that'll help you get in touch with your hunger and eat what's right for you. All you got to do is follow this clear template and slide in your choice of the all-inclusive recipes, and you'll be meal planning in moments. You're going to develop a meal plan using the following techniques. 1, define your meal plans based on hunger and goals. 2, create meal plans based on your needs. And 3, use the ingredients you have on hand. It's about to get real dark in here, so let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to explain the 3 different ways to meal plan, and then in future readings, we'll go into each individual one and talk specifically about the strategies and how I have adjusted them throughout my keto life. Okay, whether you're planning each and every meal on your keto diet or you need some strategies to make dinner time a little easier, these resources will get you on your way. The way I see it, there are 3 ways to meal plan. Number one, your calorie intake goals or hunger level. There's nothing worse than following a meal plan designed for someone with a huge appetite, or on the flip side, having to over prep because the plan outlined in your favorite cookbook gives you 1,400 calories to work with in a day when you actually need 2,000 or more. By basing your meal plan on your personal calorie target or overall hunger level, you can build a plan that's more unique to you. And so you might be like, duh, Leanne, that's how we all do it. But there are no other cookbooks that I know of that give you a template that you can follow for all the recipes. And that's what I did in this book. So I categorized all the recipes by small, medium, large, and huge based on calories, also keeping in mind macro balance for each recipe. So you don't really need to worry about macros when you're combining these meals. So you do this little calculation table thing, and then you pick which calorie target you're going for. And it might be that you need 3 small recipes and two large recipes in a day, or 1 small recipe, 2 medium recipes. And so you can pick and choose. And then all of the recipes have like little guides on whether or not they're small, medium, large, or huge. So that's kind of the first strategy in figuring out your goals based on your calories. And that's why meal planning from this book is really easy, because you just pick 2 smalls and a medium, or 3 larges and a small, and then you're good to go. So I'll give you an example. Like this easy chopped salad is a medium. It's color coded. So if you're looking for a medium, you're looking for like a turquoise color, and there's a little icon there that gives you 2 little squares, and that's a medium. Whereas this hollandaise sauce is a small because it's blue and it has 1 little square. See what I mean? So then you can just flip through color coded and be like, okay, orange, blue, yellow, and it's just a lot easier. Not yellow, I meant orange, blue, turquoise, and red. So that's the first strategy to meal planning, is really basing it off your calories and your intake. The second is what you need when you need it. So you know how much time you have to devote to prepping your meals, how many people are going to be enjoying those meals, and which kitchen appliances you have and don't have. For instance, you wouldn't add blender-based recipes to your meal plan if you don't have a blender. Following a cookie cutter meal plan can have you spending more time than you want to spend preparing meals, leaving you with far too many leftovers, or a call for using kitchen appliances you don't own. So if you don't have an oven, then you probably shouldn't cook with, or you probably shouldn't choose recipes that use an oven. Same wise with blenders or cookie sheets. We don't want you to have to go out and get more stuff. We want to use what you have on hand. And the third one ties into this, but more the ingredients you have on hand. And that is, if there's a bunch of chicken in your freezer, you probably want to include a couple of recipes in this week meal plan that use chicken. Likewise, if there's a kale saute, try saying that 10 times fast. You'll probably be looking for recipes that use up the last 5 pounds of kale that you purchased. Meal planning with ingredients already in your home will save you time, energy, and money. So I wonder if I can find the chart really quickly. I put together a chart of all the recipes in the book and what proteins they use. So I'll kind of show you how this works. It lists the proteins, so say bacon, the recipes that it include in it, the page number, whether it's a lunch, dinner, snack, or breakfast, and then the meal size. So if you're planning on meal size and you also want to find a breakfast that uses bacon, that's a medium recipe, then you can look on this chart. So it goes through bacon and salmon and sausage and seeds and shrimp and all the things. So you can plan based on these tables. And this makes the cookbook really usable, but it also gives you a really solid understanding of how to plan on your own for future cookbooks that you might get. So you can start to understand this and see recipes really quickly and know exactly what you need, so there isn't any overthinking. So I've tried to take a lot of the guesswork out for you so that you can just like get in the kitchen, say that you have ground turkey, you can make cheesy meatballs and noodles, roasted broccoli and meat sauce, or zucchini lasagna. Done. And then here are the page numbers. They're all large meals. Let's get going. So I tried to make it as simple and easy for all of you as possible so that you weren't sitting there on a Friday trying to figure out which recipes go with what and how to make it work for your meal planning. So those are 3 strategies that you can use. I'm going to go over them one more time. 1 is your calorie intake goals. 2 is what you need when you need it. So that would be if you only have 20 minutes to prepare your meal, then you're probably going to want a meal that takes 20 minutes. Or if you only have a cookie sheet, then you're going to want to make something that uses a cookie sheet. And then the 3rd one is using the ingredients you have on hand. So really, really trying to use that chart, figure out what foods you have on hand. And also for most good cookbooks, there's an index at the back of the cookbook. And we actually doubled the index from my last book. It's the very back of the book. There's like all those words and you're like, what the heck? You can actually look up specific ingredients in the index and see the recipes that use it. So like, for example, let's find like, ham. Let's say you have ham. Well, we know that the cream cheese meat bagels use ham. The German no-tato salad, Sammy's with basil mayo, all of them use ham. Let's use heavy cream for an example. So I call for heavy cream or full-fat coconut milk in recipes, so you guys can choose. So if you have heavy cream and you're like, what am I going to do with all this heavy cream? You know that the coffee shake, Adana's macadamia crack bars, Grandma's meringues, creamy pesto chicken, strawberry milkshake, and strawberry shortcake coconut ice all use heavy cream. So it gets really, really easy to plan your meals based on what you have. So you're not going to the grocery store and buying a bunch of crazy ingredients and wasting a lot of energy and money. So do you have questions about meal planning? Feel free to post them down below. And my YouTube friends, feel free to add them to the group chat. I will answer them. And I'm sorry, Instagram people, it's getting kind of dark in here. I'm going to back up and see if that makes it a little bit better. The sun is setting here in Florida. But yeah, if you have questions, feel free to listen down below. I will answer a couple and we'll get this party started. I'm also going to open up the drapes and try to bring in more light so that I can see properly. One sec. The dangers of live. That made it a little bit better. Cool. So if you have meal planning questions, keto questions, a lot of the times I get asked how to coordinate meal plans with family. And when I was planning the book, I really thought about families when I was putting together the recipes. So all of the recipes, well, any that I could make are all 4 servings. Some of them are more, like if you make a batch of muffins, it's going to be 12 servings, but most of them are based on 4 servings. Now I did that for 2 reasons. One was that if you have leftovers, it's not too many leftovers that you have them in your freezer forever. Also a lot of the recipes, I think like 90% are freezer friendly. But also so that if your family wants to join in, it's a perfect amount of food for everybody. And if they're not keto, you can just add more carbohydrates and take away some fat from their serving. So for example, if you're making the cream cheese meat bagels, perhaps make them the bagels, but don't give them the cream cheese. Instead, give them just some meat, some lettuce, and they wouldn't have the cream cheese. Okay, do you include main course vegetarian recipes? Now, let me go to the vegetarian section. There's a quick recipe reference guide, and I can go to vegetarian, and I can go to medium meals and large meals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's like over 30. I don't know. There's over 30. Will you ever stop peeing, or is that just a keto life? You should. I found that I definitely urinated more in the first 10 days, but that subsided after a while. Make sure that you're drinking enough electrolytes. You can add sea salt. Well, actually, Himalayan rock salt to your lemonade. So how I do it is I fill up my water bottle with fresh lemon juice, and then I just add a sprinkle of Himalayan rock salt into it, and I'll drink that all day, and that definitely helps with the balance. Are you going to be doing any book signings in Ontario? I was actually just in Ontario yesterday visiting my sister. I went to Burlington Indigo and the Kohl's in Hamilton in the mall, and I signed a bunch of books for you guys. So if that's sort of close to you, I signed a bunch of these books and a whole bunch of these guys too. So both those books there and waiting for you. I will not be doing traditional book signings with this book, just because I got so much going on, and I thought this would be way better to just connect with all of you online. I got your new book, Loving the Recipes. Thank you. Be sure to leave a review. That it helps so much to leave a review for the book by going to ketodietbook.com/review. It takes moments, and that would really help. Guy was just there. You were there? Okay, well, that's great. Well, go back, and there's lots of books signed. I'm just not doing any in-person tours this time. I'm in Toronto. I was just there last night on a flight. Fave recipe from this new book. Guys, it's really hard, but there is, see if I can find it. Okay, well, it's a loaded question because it depends. Like if I want a dessert, I've been making the ketone gummies like crazy. I live on these things. They're so good. It just has lemon juice, strawberries, gelatin, exogenous ketones. So that stuff's real good. And then if I need a high-fat sauce, the chimichurri is amazing. It's so good. I've been making it, eating it with pork rinds, doing all the things. Do you have pictures for all or most of the recipes? Yes, every single recipe in this book, even the side recipes that aren't considered recipes, have pictures. And then if I had to pick a dinner, where is it? I can't remember if it's a small, medium, or large, but it's like a chicken pesto recipe. I'll try to find it while I answer more questions because it's just so hard. Like I love all of them. Okay. If I had to choose, this is a very impressive meal. Like if you're having friends over, this is like the meal to serve them and they'll be like, what? This is so good. And that's called chicken laksa. And then my favorite creamy pesto chicken is probably my ultimate favorite from the whole book. I made it probably 20 times between the time I made this recipe and the book came out because I just couldn't eat enough of it. It's got boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You can also use chicken thighs. I just tried to mix it up with protein so you guys could pick. Sun-dried tomatoes, onions, oregano, thyme, red pepper, and then pine nuts or any kind of nut that you have on hand. Nutritional yeast, chicken broth, and your pick of milk and some basil and some zucchini to make the noodles. Done and done. Can I be successful on keto if I do not eat meat? Yeah, you totally can. That's totally awesome. I talk about it a little bit in my upcoming book, Keto for Women, which comes out June 18th. I also talk about it at length in my program, Happy Keto Body, which you can find out more details by going to happyketobody.com. And I highly recommend that you check out Ketotarian. If you just Google that, you'll learn a whole bunch. And also, if you go to the Google machine and type in Healthful Pursuit Keto Vegan, I've done a bunch of podcasts and resources on how to be a keto vegan with a bunch of recipes there as well. Whether you're vegan or vegetarian, there's lots in there for you. I can't wait to get this, waiting for my next check. Oh yeah, I can't wait either. If you're in Canada, I just found this out today. This book is in Costco across Canada. It should be at every store, but it might not be depending on how this last weekend went and how many people purchased the book and what stores are doing. Sometimes the book sits in the back for quite a long time at bookstores. So if you go to Costco and you're in Canada and you can't find it, find somebody who works there and ask them if this is in the back somewhere, because it just might be. And it's a really good price for Costco right now. Did I miss any? Hello, I made the coconut macadamia crack bars yesterday and they were so good. That's also my favorite. Like, I planned these recipes for so long, probably about 6 months. This is what you're talking about. I planned these recipes for so long that they're very good. Like if I had to choose, like if you're looking for a cookbook, I would choose the recipes in this over this, like hands down. Like this is information and recipes. This is all recipes and amazingness. I think it might be at BJ's Wholesale in New York. Awesome. Cool. So thanks again for hanging out with me, guys. I really enjoyed our time together. Again, you can get more information about this book by going to ketodietbook.com. I will continue to do readings for you guys over the next couple of weeks, sharing coupon codes, savings, reading from it, sharing recipes. And if you can join me live, cool. And if not, check out YouTube Live afterward. We record everything. It'll also be on Instagram and recording, and then also on Facebook. So even if you can't join me live, I will for sure see you again. And this whole week, I'm going to try to do more evening videos, but like, as you can see, the light in here isn't the best in the evening. So we might have to do like more-ish during the day-ish. So we'll just see how it goes. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. Again, ketodietbook.com. Thanks to Paleo Valley for sponsoring this chat today. You guys can use the coupon code KETOTOUR20 at paleovalley.com to get 20% off everything Paleo Valley. So if you love them, use it. Okay, bye. Thanks for hanging out with me. See ya. Bye, guys.